Okay? High fat diet and high protein diets are given to asthmatics and sa mga patient na hirap huminga, those with pneumonia. Why? Because the respiratory quotient of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins are different. So, di ba? Hindi pwede na isang araw masusunod sila. Kaya susunod kami. Okay, dapat alam natin. Pag nag-order kayo sa renal patient ninyo ng low salt, low fat, you should know what are the components of your low salt, low fat diet. Right? So, yung sinend ko sa inyo na module, dun siya naka-specify. Ito yung module na yun. Para malang makita niyo, random lang natin bago tayo mag-umpisa. Bakit? Yung mga susunod na topic natin, pag-uusapan natin, ano ang binibigay na diet sa hypertensive, sa may diabetes. Ngayon, kung hindi natin alam kung anong tawag doon, ay basta bigyan mo ng walang sugar. Yung pwedeng ganon. Okay? So, your role as a physician is not the same as the role of your nutritionist dietitian. Hindi nag-overlap. Lagi kong sinasabi, partnership tayo sa ospital. Hindi tayo mas mataas, hindi sila mas mababa. Bakit? Ang pharmacist, may sarili siyang trabaho. Si doc, may sarili siyang trabaho. Right? Sino ang mga nurses dito? Na laging napuputukan. Napuputukan. Bakit? Sira ang lababo. Kasalanan ni nurse. Okay, walang tubig sa banyo. Kasalanan ni nurse. Okay, so kindly be physician is the captain of the ship. Siya yung nagde-design. Okay? Ipapass down niya ngayon kay nutritionist dietitian. So kayo, ang role niyo dito is the physician. Kung dati active nurse kayo or active nutritionist dietitian kayo, we have to shift the role to being a physician already. Lagi na yung sinasabi. Kasi minsan, akala natin pagdating doon, ay, eto pa din tayo. Okay? Hindi na. Kayo yung decision maker. Okay, so you have to write the prescribed diet order in the medical notes. However, you can just inform your dietary department. For example, I need a low salt, low fat diet for this patient. And the nutritionist in your dietary department will be the one to compute for you. Right? O diba, yung mga pinupit pala natin, hindi naman pala natin gagawin. Pero, huwag kang mag-uutos ng hindi mo alam gawin. Tama? Kaya natin inaaral. Gusto ko lang makita ninyo na important. Okay? Yung attaining ng desirable body weight. Kaya, every step of the way, you should know how to compute ng desirable body weight. May mga nag-answer sa amin ng desirable body weight, kilocalorie yung unit. May mga 1,000 kilograms. Diba? Unrealistic. Minsan, check ko naman. Okay? Common naman. Nakakita naman kayo ng isang 1,000 kilos na tao. Wala, di ba? Okay, so, hindi ito yung sagot. Next. We have here the normal diet. Your normal diet can be altered with its consistency. So, pwede siyang i-shake. Yan. Kaya, ito yung nakalagay sa module na. Okay. So, for example, your patient has sore throat. Hindi niya makain yung pagkain niya. And inflammation. Okay, inflammation of the, mayroon siyang dysphagia, for example, okay, of your upper airway. Even when your upper airway is inflamed kasi, okay, mahirap lumunod. So, you have to change the consistency, the bulk. Okay. Remember, nung nagluto tayo, minsan kailangan natin ng small frequent feeding. Why? Katulad ng sabi ko before, for pregnant women, hindi nila kayang kumain ng marami. Okay, so hati-hatiin natin yan. Even sa mga kids who are who are sick kasi wala silang appetite or metallic yung taste nila. Kaya pwede, sasabihin niyo sa parent, pwede kong dalawang subo kahit every 30 minutes, okay lang. So we have to distribute your total energy requirement for the rest of the day. Hindi pwedeng, hindi po, pakain niyo po lahat ito sa breakfast. Hindi po, sa lunch po lahat ito. So, we can adjust the intakes. Temperature, of course. Why? Okay? Hindi totoo na ang malamig ay bawal sa may sore throat or inuubo. Ay, tama. Okay? Hindi totoo yun na. Why? Okay, mainit ang bawal sa kanila. Kasi lalong mag-vasodilate. Okay? Another one, kung makikita ninyo, meron tayong mga diet modifications mismo. For example, your patient has undergone gut surgery. So you have to rest it for a while. Even yung mga nasa ES, sinong nanganak dito? Wala pa? Okay, so for our cesarean section mommies, okay, we delay the food intake or they are on NPO for some time hanggang hindi pa sila nakakauto. Bakit? We have to make sure that the gut is already working before we start giving the food. However, we don't give crispy pata right away. Why? We have to start with the clear liquids. Sabaw, sabaw, sabaw. Okay? Mamaya, pwede na siya sa general liquids. Okay? Anything na liquid. Pati, pag general, magkaiba ang clear sa general. Dito niya siya makikita. Okay? So, pwede, kunwari, na-tolerate ang general diet. Okay. Pwede ka nang mag-shift sa soft diet. Ito naman, anything na namamash sa loob ng mouth without mechanical effort. Hindi ka nagmumuya. So, ito na yung mga mashed potato mo. Okay, so we have the bland diet also, the high fiber. Ito yung binigay kong module ha. So, para siya sa lab natin actually. Okay, so go through it. Kapag may, hindi pwede kapag may make time. Next. In-identify natin sa class kung sino yung mga may family history with cardiovascular diseases at diabetes, right? Okay, these are the lifestyle diseases. Hindi sila nakakapara. Hindi ka tulad ng TV, kapag may TV sa bahay, okay, exposed yung mga household. This one is not communicable. However, sabi nga nila, okay, nature and nurture works together to form an individual. So, yung eating habits mo, Lance, pagdating ng araw, yun yung makukuha ng anak mo. Tama? Okay. Kung puro tayo hotdog, ngaling, chicken na lumaki, 50% to 60% of the time, yun din yung magiging dietary, dietary principles, okay, habits ng iyong anak. Tama? So, right now, these chronic diseases, like your obesity, okay, your obesity, your diabetes, okay, your atherosclerosis, are all lifestyle diseases. Kung hindi ka naman kakain ng madami, not unless, okay, you have a history of Prader-Willi, yung mga ganon, doon lang nagkakaroon, which is just 10%. 5 to 10% of the time, it's genetic or it's an mutation of your gene. However, 90% of the time, these lifestyle diseases are based on your lifestyle. Sorry, on our lifestyle. Okay. This early, I'm near 40 years old, I'm already taking up metformin. Okay. Why? Okay. Borderline diabetes ako dahil sa pagkain ko. So, kasalanan ko yon. Tapos, pinamanahan ako ng gene ng tatay ko na diabetic siya. Kasalanan niya yun. Okay? So, why do we need to know our family history? Most of the time, the chronic diseases, when we are not aware, saka hindi tayo maingat, okay? Nagmamanifest siya 10 years or 5 years earlier than our parents. So, sino dito ang may nanay na high blood at 45? Usually at 35, at 40, lumalabas yung sa atin. Ganon yung hereditary impact niya. So, kung hindi ka rin maingat, 35 years old lumabas sa'yo ang chronic disease. 10 years earlier sa anak mo. Kaya hindi tayo magtataka kung dati 65 years old ang mga may atherosclerotic plaques. Ngayon, 15 years old, may sarili na silang cardio. May sarili na silang nephro. Bakit? Pinamanahan natin ng bad gene, bad pa yung binigay natin dietary habit. Okay? Magpepedya kayo, no? Yes. So, these are long-term conditions. Why? Any answer kung bakit sila long-term? Bakit sila morbidity, chronic morbidity?
Hindi papasok. Lifestyle ng magulang.
Walang sagot? Kasi hindi siya nagagamot. Okay? Ito yung mga maintenance. Unless you change your lifestyle. Okay, so this is just a representation on the causes of total death. Okay, in 2005, kung makikita nyo, humahabol si cardiovascular disease. Okay? Before, tsaka yung diabetes and cancers. Ito. Even cancers are lifestyle diseases. Okay? So, before, nakakamatay ang simpleng flu. Ngayon, hindi na. Kasi maganda na ang medicine natin. Pero, kahit gano'ng ganda ang medicine, okay, hindi niya mababago ang lifestyle diseases. Why? This is behavioral. Okay? Ang gut, kain-kain ng kain. Okay, this is an interrelationship among chronic diseases. As you can see, obesity, okay, is the number one culprit. The moment that we lose control of our weight, okay, everything awaits. What? Okay, hyperlipidemia, dyslipidemia, hypertension, your cancers, okay, insulin resistance, okay, which can lead to death, mortality, your stroke, your MI, tatangay na high blood, just dilatan, mas natay. Hindi na. Hindi kasi natin nakikita yung root cause. Okay, so daanan ko to ha. So, ayun, nasabi ko na yan. Nutrition for chronic disease prevention. Yung dietary factors associated with 4 of the 10 leading causes of death. Okay. Yun, nasabi ko na din. Nauna na tayo. Ito, epidemiology of obesity. Okay? 2.5 million deaths can now be attributed to overweight or obesity. Obesity in developing countries can be seen as result of series in diet, physical activity, health and nutrition. Before, mayayamang bansa lang ang matataba kasi malalaki ang McDonald's serving nila. Pangalawa, they're into gadgets. However, right now, even third world countries like us, gadget is already accessible. Grab is already accessible. Grab food. Dito sa atin, Agyaman Express.
Ano
Hindi
yun?
ko alam.
Aliman
Grab
Express.
food dito sa
Dito.
Isabela. Okay, dito sa Echagit, Palisha, and somewhere.
Yes.
Agyaman Express.
Delivery
Natin
services
yun.
dito.
Okay, what causes obesity? We have theories, the set point theory, okay? Our body organs regulate body fatness. So they just uptake and uptake and uptake. Kung anong ibigay natin na calories, right? Kung ngayon, sinasabi na ang lifestyle diseases pa din is not based on your the time when you eat. Kasi di ba na uso ang intermittent fasting. Wala pa rin siya doon. Hindi pwedeng hindi ka kumain tapos mag-eat ka lang bago after. It's still on the calorie counting. Calorie counting pa rin tayo. Kahit hindi ka kumain ng isang buong araw, kung nag-fiesta ka naman ng lechon sa gabi, ganun pa din. Okay? Nag-regulate lang siya for a couple of percentage. However, the bulk that you have eaten is still absorbed and is transported to your cells as acetyl-CoA that can be substrate for cholesterol, for your fatty acids, okay? So, eto na. External use of overeating. Okay? Available food, minsan lang naman. Right? Sa mga buffet, right? Sige na, para hindi sayang 1,000 ko, kakainin ko lahat. Okay? Yun yung mentality natin mga Pilipino. Okay? So, food supply, addictive. Yes. Okay, some food like chocolates, chocolate, okay, milk tea, Coke. Okay. Nakaka-addict silang mga pagkain. Screen time. Physical inactivity. Dahil hindi na tayo gumagalaw, lalong nagkakaroon ng risk for obesity. Neighborhood. Okay. Built environment. So ito, sabi nila, mas malapit ka sa compound ng family mo, mas maganda ang food interaction traditionally. Okay? However, nutritionally, hindi siya maganda. Anong ulam nyo dyan? Okay, the role of genetics in body weight, yes. For some, mas mababa ang metabolic rates nila. Makikita niyo ba? May mga kaklase kayo, kain ng kain, payat pa din. Ako, isang saging lang yung kinain, tumaba na ako agad. Right? So 40% of BMI is attributable to independent genetic influence. Okay, so before we rely solely on BMI. However, studies show that, for example, you are an athlete and madami kang muscles, right? Mabigat ang muscles. So, mas mataas ang weight mo kesa sa height mo na hindi athlete. Nagigets siya ba? So, that will make our BMI reduce. Kasi hindi siya magandang basis for the obesity in that factor. Okay, kumari, yung mga factors na gano'n. Or sedentary ka masyado, tapos matangkad ka naman. Okay, so, bias siya, bias. So, nakita nila na meron tayong waist circumference ratio. Yung laki ng waist, tsaka ng hip mo. So, dito, so women, 35 inches and above, you are considered at risk already. Okay? Okay? For men, 40 inches. 40 inches ang waist ninyo. You are already at risk for lifestyle diseases. Kaya di ba, nauso before na ang mga magpupulis dapat less than 35 sa babae ang waistline at less than 40 sa lalaki ang waistline. Hindi nyo alam? O, ngayon alam nyo na. Hindi pwedeng pagpulis kapag ka, Dok, bakit po yung mga general sa teleserye? Sa ito teleserye yun. Okay? Here. Put your attention here. Bakit? Ito yung pag-usapan natin mamaya. Si high blood LDL cholesterol, si low blood HDL cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, okay, are risk factors that can be modified. Okay, so ito, dito sa list na to, lahat ito ay risk factor for heart disease. Mababago mo ba kung tumatanda ka? Hindi. Increasing age. Mababago mo ba kung lalaki ka o babae ka? Hindi. Pero may gender preference na tayo ngayon. However, your XY and your XX is not modifiable. Okay? Genetic inheritance, hindi mo mababago yon. Pamilya po kami ng matataba eh. Okay? However, for your high blood LDL, low blood HDL, your high blood pressure, your diabetes, and your risk for obesity, they are modifiable. Okay. And ito pa, atherogenic diet. Ito yung mga, ano ba yan? Mayat-maya sangyup daw. Okay, hindi natin kaya mag-sangyup. Mayat-maya, kwek-kwek sa baba. Mayat-maya, okay, turon. Lahat ng prenito sa baba. Okay? Ngayon ba? Atherogenic diet. Okay? Bakit? Yung mantika ni ate, hindi nyo alam kung kailan niya pinalitan. Okay? Super saturated na siya. Yes. Okay, so atherosclerosis is a generalized and progressive disease. Okay, major result of atherosclerosis is heart attack and stroke. And as we say, diba, yung from age 60 and up, if we are lucky, is a consequence of our dietary and physical activity decisions when we are younger. So habang, ilang taon na yung pinakamatanda dito? Meron ba dito 25 years old?
Oy.
25! Oy, ako rin ang pinakamatanda. Okay, so at age 30, kahit anong gawin ninyo, lahat yung kakainin nyo, pupunta sa bilin-bilin nyo.
Ano ba yan?
So why you are young, parang awa nyo na, okay? Fat cells lang ang hindi namamatay. Tama? Lahat ng cells sa katawan ninyo namamatay, fat cells hindi. Lumiliit lang sila, nag-shrink. Kaya, cute din ng bata. Okay? Nag-shrink lang yung fat cells niya. However, pagdating mo ng puberty, pagdating mo ng adulthood, mabubuhay din sila. Okay, how does it work? Atherosclerosis. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 phases. Initially, your LDL deposits into the cells of your artery. Okay. Doon sa may endothelium. Okay. Bakit? Isipin natin, ang LDL or your low density lipoprotein is a garbage truck. Okay. That garbage truck is good. Kasi ang trabaho niya, kumukuha ng mga garbages eh. Okay? Itong garbage na to, for example, is your cholesterol and your free fatty acids and your glycerols. Punta siya sa dump site. Dito, tagadala siya ng cholesterols into your testes, for example, para makagawa ng testosterone. Pupunta siya sa ovaries para makagawa siya ng estrogen. However, if your LDL ay nag-uumapaw, okay, your garbage truck has excess garbage, along the highway, may mga mahuhulog yan. Tama? Ganon ang nangyayari dun sa phase 1. Nahuhulog yung mga LDLs mo, yung mga free cholesterols mo, yung mga fatty acids and glycerols mo along the endothelium habang dumadaan siya. Nagigets nyo? Okay, on phase 2, ito naman, para mapagtakpan. Kasi di ba, hindi pwedeng may mga free cells doon sa endothelium. Our inflammatory cells will react. Papatsahan nila yon. Okay? Katulad ng pagpatse sa ating mga highways tuwing kapaskuhan. Ayan. Kung makikita ninyo, hindi siya perfect. Right? Kasi bako-bako siya eh. On phase 4, your smooth muscle cells proliferate changes and begin to break down. Tapos, magkakaroon ng mga ruptures. Yung mga dulo niya, kasi di ba, pinatsyahan, papatch, and even your smooth muscles will react. Right now, there are flaps. There are flaps along the way. So, these flaps, these fibrous flaps, may rupture. Minsan, nagiging embolized siya. Minsan naman, tumitigas na siya doon. Nai-imagine nyo ba? Okay? So, this is so layman already. Okay? The flap contains materials which encourage clotting. So, dahil nagpa-flap siya, ngayon, pupunta na si complement system mo. Okay? Si fibrin, si fibrinogen, okay? Para ipatche ng maayos, para gawing, mas maganda yung integrity niya. However, when there is inflammation, your cell wall, your capillary wall also stiffens. Di ba? Tumitigas siya. Okay? Kapag nanigas yan, unang-una, it raises your blood pressure. So imagine, sa buong katawan nyo, ilan ang atherosclerotic plaques? Hindi lang yan isa. Right? Nai-imagine nyo ba kung gano'n nakakatakot kapag pala mayak-maya kayo kumakain ng sangyupsan? Okay? Ayun. So, heart disease is not a man's disease. Sabi kasi nila, di ba? Usually ang mga heart attack lalaki. Hindi. Okay, women tend to develop heart disease about 10 years later than men. However, bakit pala? Because of our estrogen. Kasi ginagamit natin siya. After the reproductive age, when estrogen, okay, or your cholesterol is no longer beneficial, saan siya pupunta? Dumidikit-dikit na siya sa mga arteries and your capillaries. Kaya at reproductive age, maganda kasi meron tayong tagal-dump ng cholesterol. Okay? Kaya usually, nauunang stroke, heart attack yung mga lalaki. Okay, pero pag wala na tayong protective mechanism on the usage of your cholesterol and your excess fatty acids, doon tayo mas nagiging prone sa atherosclerotic strokes. Okay? Okay. So, ito, 2 major stroke, of course, ischemic and hemorrhagic. Ischemic, wala ng hangin. Hemorrhagic, pumutok. Yun lang yun. Ibibigay ko ito sa inyo. Okay? Sige. Basta all ears here. Symptoms, mapag-aaralan nyo to as you go along. Ito na siya. Okay, sabi nila, it is the worst headache of your life kapag nagkaroon ng stroke, hemorrhagic. Okay, recommendation for reducing CVD risk. So how do we lower the risk of cardiovascular diseases? By lowering the blood cholesterol, by lowering the blood pressure, by controlling weight, and by stopping smoking. So how do we do this? Alam nga naman, sabihin mo lang sa pasyente mo, dapat babaan mo yung blood cholesterol mo. So how do you do that? Eat more. Ulit-ulit ko. Diyos ko, corny na to. Kaso, yun pa rin naman talaga ang core. Eat more. Pakibasa. Fruits and vegetables. Dairy and whole grain. Whole grain, hindi polished. Okay? Magkaiba ang whole grains and polished. Eat more food, low in. Basahin mo para i-apply nyo sa gusto nyo. Increase.
Parang nabag.
Okay. So, nasa med school kami. Okay,
Parang
so,
nabag sabihin,
dito,
no?
sinabi ko mawawala kayo ng physical
Oh.
activity kapag sa med school. However, you can run from College of Medicine to,
Oo siya.
yun nga na,
Mabait
college kayo.
Pepre.
Ayan,
Pray siya sa'yo.
recommendation for reducing CVD risk. Okay, diet to
Oo,
reduce.
isa ka pa.
Reduce fat intake, saturated and trans fat. Kung makikita ninyo sa labels, no trans fat, check. No saturated fat, check. So, ano itong mga saturated fat na to? Ito yung mga fat from animal sources. From your steak, okay? From your butter, paborito pa naman natin lahat. Limit refined starches and added sugars. Added sugars, ito, si Doc Nelly atin nagsabi, na actually, ang culprit ng high blood pressure and high blood sugar is really your glucose intake. However, parang binayaran daw 20 years ago yung study na hindi, i-divert mo siya sa taba. Dapat kasalanan ng taba. Hindi ko alam kung dito sa klase mo. Ayun. So, kung makikita ninyo, may kinalaman si sugar sa cardiovascular disease. Wala lang, hindi lang siya sa diabetes. Hindi lang siya culprit ng diabetes. Even CVDs. Okay, so eat fruit, vegetables, and whole grain. Ano itong mga whole grain natin na to? Okay, yung mga oats daw natin. Okay, yung mga whole wheat bread. How much does changing the diet change LDL cholesterol? So, in here, we can see kung ano yung effect niya. So, reducing 7% of calories in your saturated fat reduces 8 to 10% of your LDL. So, malaking bagay. 7% pa lang yung binawas mo, ha? What if lahat ng prinito mo buong araw, tinanggal mo? O sa umaga, nagprito kang hotdog. Dahil nagmamadali kang tanghali, nagprito kang bangus. O kinagabihan, fried chicken na naman yung ulam mo. What if, okay, nagtinapay ka ng full wheat bread sa umaga, sa tanghali, nagsiligang ka, okay, sa gabi, nagpasta ka lang, o, di ba? It's more than 7% of your total calories of saturated fat. Di ba? Doable siya. Okay? Why do we translate it into food? Pagdating sa pasyente nyo, ganyan nyo din siya i-explain. Hindi, you reduce po your saturated fat by 7%. Hindi ko na maintindihan yun. Okay? So, dietary cholesterol, less than 200 milligrams per day will reduce your LDL by 3 to 5%. Malaki. Okay, ito na. Weight reduction. Kung tayo ay overweight katulad ko at nag-lose tayo ng 10 pounds, 5 to 8% na LDL natin ang na-decrease. Kailangan natin tandaan ko. Okay, soluble fiber. Ito yung mga green leafy vegetables and your oats. Yung mga hindi na, yung mga walis na tinatawag natin, walis sa GI. Walis sa GI yung tawag. Okay, balanced caloric intake and physical activity to achieve or maintain a healthy body. Okay, energy in should be equal to energy out. Okay, hindi pwede. Energy in is more than energy out. Kaya kung sa tingin ninyo, for today, hindi kayo magiging physically active, huwag din masyadong madami kain. Okay? So, doon nag-aaral po kami. Okay? Ang consumption ng ng energy ng inyong brain ay hindi tumataas or bumababa kapag at maximum stress. Kahit nai-stress kayo, yun siya nyo lang. Okay? Yun siya nyo lang talaga. Consume a diet rich in vegetable, choose full grain. Paulit-ulit to, di ba? Okay, limit intake of saturated fat to 7% of energy. Trans fat, okay. Paulit-ulit tong trans fat na to. Okay, so it's like your cis and trans. When your fat are exposed into high heat, often nagiging trans fat sila. These trans fats are not digestible and not metabolized by your cells. So, dumidikit lang sila sa mga endothelium. Okay, kaya ayaw natin ng mga trans fat. Okay, hypertension naman tayo. One of the most prevalent forms of cardiovascular disease is high blood. Okay, lahat tayo ng Filipino parents ay high blood dahil sa Filipino children. No? Okay. Okay, in healthy adult, ang blood pressure natin should be less than 120 over 80. Diba? May systolic at diastolic blood pressure na tinatawag. So, two factors. Your cardiac output, of course, yung volume na napapump ng heart ninyo, di ba? Dumaan na kayo sa sa cardio, sa physiology. Right? Cardiac output is equal to times stroke volume. Good. So, your vascular resistance is a result of friction as your blood flows through your vessels. Mas masikip ang dadaanan na vessel, mas mataas ang presyon. Of course. So, men.
Ano daw? Mas masakit, mas masarap? Ano daw? Yung sabi daw. Ah. Nilamig ka rin lang pala eh.
Marami siya.
Edi wow. Huwag mo pinapalo yung kamay ko, girl.
Okay, mas masikip, mas mataas ang presyon. Kayo naman. Okay, so relationship among pressure flow, yun yan. So, mas mataas ang resistance. So, having said that, when your extracellular fluid volume and blood volume increases, ito yung sa kidney naman to. Okay, bakit tayo nagkakaroon ng high blood? Okay? So, dahil may stroke volume kayo, tsaka may heart rate, tama? So, sa stroke volume, Yun yung dami ng dugo. Yung heart rate nyo, yun yung number of pumps. These are being dictated by your extracellular fluid components. Mas madaming blood volume, mas mataas ang presyon. Ginagawa ko siyang layman ha, para pag binasa ninyo mamaya, oo, ito yun. Okay? So, ganun siya, kasi hindi namin may ituturo sa inyo ito the neatest, grittiest details. Okay? Pero pag nakita niyo siya ng full picture, mas madali siyang basahin tuguin. Okay, so your extracellular fluid and your blood volume increases. Your blood pressure also increases. Bakit? Mas madaming dadaanin na tubig. Ay, na dugo. Okay? Just like your hose. Yung hose ninyo na pang dilig sa bahay. Mas malakas yung water source, mas mataas yung pressure. Ganun din yung pressure na, na hinahawakan nung endothelium fluid. Okay? So, pag mas, di ba, where sodium goes, water goes. Right? Where sodium goes, water goes. That's why, when you have high sodium in the blood vessels, there is more water that comes with it. Mas mataas ngayon yung blood volume nyo, kaya tumataas ang blood pressure. Nagigets na ba? Kaya, ang diet ng mga high blood ay dapat mababa sa sodium. Yun lang yun. Nagets nyo na? Okay? Yung mga raas na yan, hindi niya na-regulate basta-basta ng sodium, sodium diet. Lalong-lalo na kung dysregulation yung reason. So, dyan na papasok yung mga losartan natin, ACE inhibitors, okay? So, water balance also. So, you have to make sure that you drink lots of water. Why? We have your antidiuretic hormones. Kapag mababa ang intake natin ng water, na-activate ang antidiuretic hormone. Hindi ka iihi para ma-preserve yung water.
20 kasi.
Dito
Okay?
makakapag.
Pag tumaas ang ADH mo also, i-increase din niya yung
Nararamdaman ko.
vascular resistance mo para ma-compensate ang kawalan ng blood
Malakas yun eh. Kakasampugan
Okay?
ko. Napapagalam niyo yung blind. So, tinan mo.
Sa katawan natin.
Nasa
Lagi
atin,
siyang merong mechanism na counteract or
27 ko
mag-buffer.
kanina.
For example, mababa yung water mo, okay? Sisikipan niya yung daanan. Mataas yung water mo, okay? Kailangan natin i-flush. Nutrition and hypertension. Si DASH diet, forever na to. Marla, DASH pa din ba ngayon? Hindi pa rin siya magbabago. 2002 pa ako nag-aral. DASH na siya. Okay, DASH diet pa rin hanggang ngayon. Diet approach to stop hypertension. So, okay, so, this one, you adapt, yan. Paulit-ulit, fruits and vegetables, hindi pa rin mo nababago ang prinsipyo natin sa pagkain naman pag uwi sa bahay. Okay? So, always choose the lesser evil. Sabi, di ba? Kapag when you choose your food. Eh, Dok, si Kantin, ito lang naman ang ino-offer. Bakit? May saging sila doon. May ano sila, ano to? May chapsuy sila. May munggo. O, hindi naman puro fried chicken yung nandun. So, hindi man kayo ang nagluto, pwede ninyong piliin yung lesser evil, yung mas mataas ang fruits and vegetables, mas mababa ang saturated fats. Okay, so, fruit and vegetables, only a
Little or
few
no alcohol.
changes at a time. Please, ito na. Lagi kong i-emphasize even sa mga pediatric patients. When you do modification, isa-isa lang. Huwag niyo naman biglain yung mga patients niyo. Eh, Dok, binibigla mo kami. Sa vegetables again. Eh, Doktor kayo. Okay. So, for example, these 2 weeks,
Dito nakatapat
sige po, let's increase po yung prutas ninyo. Ililesen po natin yung
Ganun siya.
fried
Pag
food.
ganun.
Ganun muna. ma-overwhelm kasi sila.
Naka 20 na.
Pangalawa, bear in mind that this is a total lifestyle change. We cannot change overnight.
Shit, ang lamig.
Okay? So, for example, sige po, hindi po muna tayo maglalagay ng patis or asin sa mga lulutuin ninyo sa susunod na 2 linggo. Ganun tayo mag-change. Hindi yung, tanggalin niyo po yung ganito, hindi na po kayo magpiprito. Hindi nila gagawin yun. Okay? So, are you learning something so far?
Yes, dog.
Okay, diabetes na tayo. Bilis,
Ay.
di ba? Sa diabetes naman, of course, ito na ang favorite natin sa ngayon. Okay? There is a increased circulating blood glucose. Circulating. Why? Okay. Pwede namang mataas ang glucose mo, pero naka-store sila. Hindi tataas ang blood sugar mo, no? Okay? So, pwede siyang lack of insulin, lack of the hormone itself, or there can be resistance. Marami kang insulin, however, your target cells are already resistant. Hindi na sila nagre-react. Okay? Insensitive na sila. Pwede yun. The most common type of diabetes is type 2 diabetes.
Binabanaan
Okay.
kasi.
Tatlo na actually ang diabetes niya. Type 1, type 2, and gestational.
Ang lamig.
Gestational. Diabetes can benefit from good nutrition. Okay, it's the 4th leading cause of death, of course. Ito ang mga epidemiology, kaya nyo basahin ito. Ito, type 1, type 2, and type gestational. Okay, sa type 1, autoimmune condition siya, sinisira ang pancreatic cells. Paulit-ulit yun, hanggang matapos kayo ng part yun. Type 2 is insulin resistance. There's insulin, however, your target cells are already resistant or not reacting. Okay? Insensitive na sila. And your gestational diabetes, that develops during pregnancy. Because during pregnancy, there's an altercation of your hormones. That's why the imbalance causes your insulin to be resistant also. Okay? Hindi siya parang type 1. Parang siyang type 2 during pregnancy.
Ang lamig.
It should resolve within 12 weeks after you gave birth. However, if after 12 weeks hindi siya nag-resolve,
Bagaman.
katulad siya ng hypertension, okay, gestational hypertension, chronic hypertension, hindi mo na pwedeng, pagbintangan ang pregnancy after 12 weeks or 3 months si baby. Okay? So, relative risk of diabetes, makikita natin dito. Asians, nakikita nyo ba? Asians. 2. Okay? Mataas sa atin. Katulad ng mga American Indians and Alaskan Natives. What are the complications? When your blood is too thick because of sugar, of course, hindi siya makakagaan sa mga maliliit. Okay, pangalawa, dumidikit ang mga glucose sa ating mga RBCs. That's why we have the glycated RBCs, your HbA1c. Okay, namamatay yun every 3 months. Kaya, kapag hindi na nagre-repeat ng HbA1c every week. Okay, every 3 months. So, these microvascular complications, ano yung mga microvascular complications na yun? Paulit-ulit, retinopathy, nephropathy, and your neuropathy. So, yung mga maliliit na dadaanan, yun yung mga nasisira. Kaya nabubulag sila, nasisira ang kidneys and the dialysis. Nutrition-related risk factors of diabetes. Ito na, BMI of 25 or more. 26 ako. Kayo. Kumusta? Ikaw daw, EJ. Oh. Naloka sila, nandiyan ka na. Okay, so, wag mo na sa akin yung, sa akin muna yung attention nyo. Lack of regular exercise. Who is, guilty? Us, everyone, okay? Kaya, ngayon pa lang, as early as med school, you have to incorporate your exercise already. Hindi totoo na kapag natapos kayo ng med school, mas may time kayo mag-exercise. Mas madami kayong responsibilidad. Tanggapin nyo na hectic ang buhay ninyo mula nung day 1 ng med school. Hindi yan babalik yung oras niyo. Okay? So, right now, alam niyo yung Ayan yung mga micro exercise. So, di ba, ang recommended is 60 minutes per day. You can do it 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes again, lunchtime, 15 minutes habang inaantay si Dr. EJ, takbo-takbo kayo dito, 15 minutes pag-uwi sa bahay. You already had a 60-minute exercise, right? Dok, madaling sabihin, mahirap gawin. Totoo! Okay, 5 steps. 5 steps to heaven. Losing extra weight. Okay, hindi kailangan i-lose lahat ng weight. Extra lang. Ngayon, kung ikaw ay 55 kilos, 53 ang kailangan mo, you just have to lose the 2 kilos. Okay? Hindi naman natin kailangan maging skinny, super skinny, katulad ni Heart Evangelista. Ano kaya pa kaya yun?
Kahit 27.
Okay? Eating plenty of fibers. Why? Your fibers fill your stomach. Okay, bakit? You feel, full already. Kaya minsan, binabaliktad ko. Inuuna ko ang prutas. Bakit? Busog ka na bago lumabas ang pagkain. Choosing whole grain. Dok, dinurado lang po kung meron tayo. Okay. So, merong mga unpolished sa grocery. Merong mga polished tsaka unpolished rice. You get the unpolished. Okay. Bakit? Yung mga B vitamins niya, nandun pa rin. Tapos yung dulo ng husk niya, nandun pa rin. Yung polish as in tinanggal nila ng buo. Yung puti na kumikinang na lang. Yun yung polished rice. Okay, even your sugar. We have different types of sugar, right? Your refined, your raw, your brown. Your refined sugar, as in refined talaga siya. Siya na yung sucrose natin. Your raw sugar, okay, is washed lang siya. Hindi natanggal yung vitamins niya and mineral. Yung brown sugar is refined sugar na ibinalik yung vitamins. So, always choose your raw. Your raw sugar pag bumibili. Hindi brown, hindi white. Overall preventing chronic diseases. Okay. So, ulit siya. Energy density. Okay, dapat mas mababa ang low calorie density, high nutrient density food tayo mamimili. Okay? Meron tayong picture last time, di ba? Anong pipiliin mong breakfast? Dapat yung mas makulay at mas mababa ang calories. Nutrient rich. Ito na naman, the right carbohydrates. Yung tamang kanin. Okay? Sabi niya, ang brown rice, nga pala, usong-uso na ang brown rice ngayon. Kung makikita niyo ang brown rice matigas. Sino kain ng brown rice? Okay. Ayun. So, ang brown rice matigas kasi mas mataas yung indigestible component niya dun sa starch. Si white rice, mas mataas ang starch niya. Ngayon, may mga lumalabas na rice cooker na low starch something. Hindi ko alam kung paano nangyari yun. Pero tinatanggal nila yung niya. Yung ibang starchy material kasi yung parang malagkit. Okay? Ginagamit namin yun na pangdikit nung elementary kami. Yung kanin. Yung pandikit ng kanin. Ngayon, Elmer's glue na kami. Okay? Increase physical activity. Ulit. Okay? Increase physical activity. Any questions? Wala